Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real. Welcome to the Be Real Podcast. Your host, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
We are greatly appreciative of everybody.
That's all I say there, Paul.
Uh-oh.
All I say is hello.
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 I love it.
Hello.
I love
Hello.
it. That's been right from the beginning. Hello. Hello.
Say, I always tell him, hello, can you
Hello.
go?
We have the world famous Paul Farrar with us. Cooking with Paul. If you've been cooking, you've probably been cooking with Paul. If you know Paul, you know Paul. I started back on the radio in 2006. And about 2008, Paul come walking in. First time I ever met the man. And we had a very, very good time. And I said, come on, be on the show. Richard Rogers did not like that because Richard Rogers liked Paul Farrar being on his show. But that's all right. Hey, me and Paul, we had a good time.
Popular guy.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
I can tell you don't have Alzheimer's. You remember back that far?
Not yet. Working on it.
I thought I had Alzheimer's, but I forgot.
Right. Well, we love you, Paul, man.
ma'am.
I mean, you've been around the community for years. You've been on BTW 21, Chad Hall, for years. I mean, you have done
19 years, I think.
19 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stewart, Patrick County. I love that county. You know,
Yes.
when I was back on the radio up there, it was nice when I come out of my driveway and go to the left towards Stewart and coming down
Yeah,
here. The folks are so nice up there.
It
and
is.
laid back and everything. Yeah, and you were so nice. I mean, everybody was, you know, and
Yeah.
you couldn't help but like you guys.
Right.
And you feel right at home.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I mean, you fit right in, too. I was just like, man, who is this guy? I remember seeing you, and I remember hearing about you when I saw you. It was like a movie star or something. I was like, oh, my God, this is Paul Farrar. You want to be on my show? And he was like, yeah, we can do it. We can talk some junk. And I was like, oh, God, this is great. So I remember that greatly. And so we tried to get you on here last year. Some scheduling conflicts. That's what happens. But we got you now.
But I'm glad you did it. You know, this getting with you guys, and
Right.
I know both of you. There's a little bit of background on both you guys. And,
Yeah.
So I'm not ashamed to be with you. Really.
Well, I appreciate that. That's good. My mom will appreciate that. You hear that, Mom? This is good.
Oh, she's already told me.
She's already good. No, I remember you coming up to Lock Boyce. He had a show that he did on BTW 21, and I've got all his notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he passed, you know, he wrote down everything, every thought he had, and you could imagine his thoughts were just all over the place.
Wow.
You could imagine.
Yeah.
But he really wanted his show to be as popular as Paul's show.
Yeah.
And in his writing, I have the piece of paper that says, get BTW 21 to promote my show as much as Paul Farrar's show. And that was a dream of his, because what you had, or what you have, I don't know. Are you still doing the show? Are you still doing the show?
I'm not doing a cooking show, just a talk show.
Just talk show. But what you have is very popular, and he wanted to be very much like what you had here.
Let me tell you something about Locke.
Go ahead, please. I love the story.
I love it.
Me and Locke really go back a ways. We really do. And up at the fair, you know, he furnished, he furnished the bulls and
Big promoter of the rodeo.
and the bull.
Yep. And the bull.
But
Double bull on Lock Boys.
no, yeah, he had a show with right after mine, back in the day, and he come in early, and I get him on my show. I mean, we'd have a talk show. We got Lock Boas on this show. You don't have to worry about too much conversation.
He'll take charge over that. He would take charge over.
He took care of that.
I loved him.
But he's a one of a kind guy. I tell you, he
Right.
was. But he was sincere what he was doing.
Yes.
But he didn't care what he said, who he said it to, or whatever. And now he was his own man, and I appreciated that. But he came on my show one time. He brought some rattlesnakes, and he turned them loose on the floor. I said, "Wow, man!"
Right.
I had my feet up.
I'm sure you did.
But that's how he was. He loved to handle snakes, man.
That's the way this guy is. We've had some snakes.
You
on
like
the
to handle
show.
them too?
Oh, absolutely. At one time, I had the largest collection of venomous snakes in Virginia
Oh, really?
in my house. And now it's my
In
daughter.
your-
Now it's my daughter's bedroom.
Oh my!
I,
Wow.
now we've changed. There was over 75 very hot, very venomous snakes in that bedroom, and now it's my daughter's room. When I got with Katie, she said, I love the fact that you love the snakes,
But
but we have a
But.
family growing here, and that's not acceptable. So I gave them to a friend, a couple different places, but that was my first attraction to Lock Boys back in 1996. He did a snake show, and I was just amazed with his calmness while holding a venomous snake and talking to people while he's doing it.
Yeah.
teaching them.
But
Teaching them.
he wouldn't kill one of them. Hey, no, sir, you don't kill us.
Oh, no.
I did.
No,
I would, but he didn't. He loved snakes, but that, the book he wrote.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me a signed copy of that book.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my,
yeah.
my daughter, I wanted to bring it on the show tonight. My daughter-in-law's got it.
Yeah. That's
And,
all right.
But anyway, I said, what he wrote that book is, it's kind of real.
It is.
And
Very
it's,
real.
And it's locked.
Yeah.
But if you know where to get one, don't have one, there's anywhere to get a book now?
Yes, absolutely. You can get a book. We'll put a link below, but you can get a book at the office, and you can
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
still
Amazon.
selling them.
I
So
think
we're
Amazon.
still pushing them.
If you want some good reading.
Barnes and Nobles
And
also.
some good laughs also. He wasn't serious all the time.
Right.
He wasn't serious all the time, but what a great writer.
Oh, gosh.
He used
Draws
to write.
you in.
Right, he used to write for the Enterprise up there in Patrick County, and before I worked for him, man, I would look forward every week to read his articles. He had a very unique way of writing, telling stories. He was a great storyteller, and I am honored just to try to carry on his business.
Right.
Him
Praise God.
him and his son Cody and I have took Boyce Holland and tried to just keep what he had going,
Right.
for that community. People need care for their animals.
Big shoes to fill, but y'all have.
And I can't. No one could fill his shoes.
Well, I've driven by there many
It's damn
times. And your
close.
parking lot is full of cars, so you're doing something right.
We're going to have to
right,
build a new
right.
parking lot before too
Is that
long.
what you-
Because it gets
It
crazy.
is. I've never trusted more people with my dogs. I just had a dog on March 3rd, turned 11 years old.
Yeah.
And she'd always seen Lock Boys. And when he passed away, I was like, oh my gosh. But that man right there, he's not got, I don't guess he's got the license to be a veterinarian, but he knows his
know it.
stuff.
I-
I would not
yeah.
take my stuff anywhere else. And that not because I ride Harleys with him or he's my brother, but it's just because of his knowledge of every. I mean, I can message him and be like, man, blah, 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 this is going on. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
yeah, because those furries are my babies. I mean, they really are my children. And
Well,
so,
I have been up there, and I went back where he was operating on a dog
yeah.
and eating. I'm serious.
Yeah, well, I know. I
And-
seen it.
and-
Yeah, I seen it too. Yeah,
It was amazing, you know.
Gloves
But,
still on.
but you know, the guy,
Sandwich.
you come in there.
Love
and
chocolate.
Yeah. But people didn't have the money. He didn't charge them. That guy had a heart of gold. He really did, and he helped a bunch of people, buddy. I really, I know a
my.
bunch of you.
And that is
People don't know, but I don't think
They
a lot of
don't.
people know Locke. Really?
No,
They
not
don't.
really.
no, they hear his political views, or they'll hear
Well,
it.
you hear
And they
those.
pass a judgment.
And they'll pass a judgment.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what he was donating behind closed doors.
Right.
I did.
And
Daniel
I did too.
does.
And he
Daniel
didn't. He
does.
didn't
Well,
want-
that food pantry he gave away up that house,
right.
there, just a lot of things that Locke has done, and I know he done a lot more than I know about. But when he does what he did, I knew he didn't do it all at one
Well,
time.
They put that dialysis center, and there's a lot more. But I'm going to just say this because that's what we're talking about. They put that dialysis center up there, near Ten Oaks, when it first started, and they didn't have the funds to put some TVs in there and some, stuff like that. He's like, what are those people going to do sitting there for when you go on dialysis? It's 3-4 hours sometimes, even more, most of the time. And he's like, what are they going to do? He's like, well, we can't afford the TVs right now. He bought the televisions. He paid for DirecTV.
DirecTV to come
all
in.
the way through the whole thing. And I was like, look, we got to put this out there. No, I don't want no, don't put that out there. I was like, man, no, don't put it out there. He said it's anonymous. And so now it's 2020, it's 4 years later, it's not anonymous anymore.
Right.
But he did a lot more than that.
Oh, I know
There were
he
some
did.
things that he would talk about doing this and doing that, but there was major things that he put a lot of money into that he didn't.
But
And
yeah,
this some bitch right here does the same thing.
Yeah, I seen him about a week before he passed, and when I got the word he passed, I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was such a. I mean, he was much alive and like he.
Right.
And then like what happened to him, it just unreal. And
He's like life.
Oh,
I mean,
Well, I
it
will
was
tell you, there's not and I'm not bragging on myself, but there's not another person that I think out there, maybe Darlene, that spent more time with Locke. I started when I was 22 years old with Locke Boys, and I spent day in and day out. We worked 10-hour shifts. We worked 10-hour days. And
with those fun times too,
right? With that
arguing,
being
and,
right,
with
that being
you can't be
said,
friends with
with that being said, he admired you.
Oh,
he
yes, he
admired
did,
you as
Paul.
a person,
Right.
And I just want to let you know
Well,
that
thank you
he
so much.
really admired you.
Well,
He really did.
it was a same feeling, man. I said, Locke, anywhere I could get him on the show, I said,
was
come on,
something.
Locke.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Oh, yeah, he'd get on it.
But let me tell you what
He
happened.
loved TV and radio.
When I started wearing a suit on my show, and he wasn't. And after he started wearing a suit on the show.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he looked up to you. He admired you. He
And,
really
but I
did.
appreciate that very
Yeah,
much. But
really did.
I just say it ain't nothing like Locke Boys. And,
Right,
It never will
right.
be, and never will be. And I'm sorry to hear that. But Darlene was a sweetheart.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to know
Still
her.
is.
I'm sure I haven't
Yeah,
seen
she's
Darlene.
sweet.
She used to be on Facebook all the time. But
Yeah, she's
I really
sweet.
too busy. Let me tell you something happened up there. Went on the radio. People in Patrick County cooking with wine is off chart.
Really?
Yeah, let me tell you what. I cook with wine. I do it when I do a lot of wine.
Yeah.
Food Line was my sponsor
Okay,
for the radio
yeah.
show, and
Yeah.
they had a roast beef sale, and I took one home and cooked it, and I used some Marcella and I made the Marcella, but anyway, I took it back to the radio station the next morning, and Richard.
I was
How
gonna
much
say,
I
probably
love-
took- probably took
and
it
I
all.
said, Richard, I did use some Marcella in this cooking. He said, "Oh, Julie," I said, "Let me tell you something, folks." I said, a lot of you people up here, don't like to buy wine. You don't like to go in the grocery store and get a bottle of wine. People think you're winos. If you go to church, they yak
It was
it.
a dry.
judgment.
It was a
But
dry
that-
county
that's,
for a
and
long
that's
time.
the truth.
Yeah,
I
it's
says,
judgment.
but if you do this, if you go back to where the sauces are, they got little bottles of cooking wine. They got the white cooking wine,
Really?
red cooking wine,
Huh.
and Marcella. And I says,
Does that have alcohol in it?
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's a cooking wine. But it's little bottles for cooking.
Yeah.
And so I said, no, if you don't want to go to the wine department, pick up your bottle, go in and get you one of those.
Right. Get
So,
your
and I said, well, after the show, I'll be over down there to see you about an hour. So come by and taste it. I'm going to give you some taste of this thing. And I always stop by Texas Barbecue on the way out. And me and Texas talk a long way, out Texas. But anyway, about an hour.
He was a good guy. I like
About
him
an
too.
hour or so, I got down there, and first thing I heard the Lord say, "Where's the Marcella?"
They knew it, man.
Yeah, they sold more roast than they ever sold.
Right.
But
They knew it.
They tasted it. It was
Yeah.
good. But that just and Bernice Wood.
Yeah.
Now I used to stop by at the museum, and me and her chat for a long time.
No,
I know
yeah.
Bernice was a nice lady.
Yeah, sweetheart.
she gave me some recipes of a lemon pound cake from one of, I don't know who made it, but it's one of the race guys made the thing. So I made the cake and took some to the station, and it was delicious. It was my best lemon cake, and it was very articulate to make. It was, you just don't, you got to measure, buddy. You don't just say, yeah, it is. But anyway, I told on the radio, I said, now look, I'm going to put some of these recipes down at Food Line. Go by and get you one to try this thing. And so about a week or two later, I got a phone call. This lady says, hey, Chef Paul, I'm making this lemon pound cake, and it's calling for 3 cups of sweet milk. How much sugar do I put in the milk? But I thought that was hilarious, you know. But it's just how people are, you know, and the way things are. But it was a whole different game. That was the good time.
Right, good times, really good times.
I did have some good times there in Stewart.
Right.
And I still go up there. So, man, and my son's in college, high school up there.
Right,
Well, you were just up there last week. I seen you.
Yeah. I stopped by.
We talked a little bit.
Yeah. I went back in Locke's office, and then I used to go back there a lot with Locke. We'd sit down.
Yeah, you can sit there and have a conversation for a while.
He was a veterinarian at San Diego Zoo.
Yep.
And he told me, he says, the animals were getting sick up there, and nobody knew why they were getting sick. And then he came up and he saw these what do you call lifts. People get in them and ride across the zoo.
Monorail or something.
Monorail, lift, and they're throwing food out of it.
Oh, man.
And animals get sick.
Yeah, you can't. No.
And but he did. No, he changed that. They screened them things in, but but he got to the bottom of why they were getting sick.
Right.
I thought that was remarkable.
That is.
He did a good job of getting to the bottom of any problem.
Yeah.
You know, you could sit there and look at this and speculate this, but he did a great job of getting to the bottom line of what the problem is and fixing it. Now, you said he was out there. You were out there in Southern California for a while, too, weren't you?
About 25 years.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
That's a wow.
So what were you doing out there?
Well, I had a franchise, a hot dog franchise out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Best hot dog in California is the Wiener Schnitzels, what the thing was. And
The Wiener Schnitzel.
the Wiener Schnitzel.
California hot dog.
Yeah, we go out there and try one. It's the only place you'll get a chili on a hot dog. But no, I was in Bakersfield.
Okay.
Okay,
And, I got to meet a lot of folks in Bakersfield. Merle Haggard.
Really?
I went to his daughter's wedding. He had lived up there. Buck Owens. I didn't meet him, but I seen him, and he was very. Mr. Owens, he was a very friendly guy, and I was sorry to say that.
So that's what that Bakersfield. That's that Buck Owens, Dwight Yoakam's style of country music, a little southern.
Well, Buck Owens got a heck of a recording studio out there.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah, he got all that. Yeah, he had it all out there.
Huh.
And his son Buddy, he come in and had hot dogs with me at times. And Merle Haggard's bus driver, he come in a lot of time and well, I had a good hot dog.
Right.
But
sounds like
let me tell you what I did.
You didn't bring none to us.
No, I wish I could.
Bring no Wiener Schnitzel.
I wish.
Where's my Wiener Schnitzel?
Never had a California hot dog.
I wish I could. You know?
No,
But I don't know if you know. It's one guy. It was a drive-through and a walk-up. That's what
That's great.
It's fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was out there. You take a white bag and they get to put the order on the bag, whatever it was, and then you give it in. And I was out there because it was busy, and this guy came through, and I took it, and I said, "Don't I know you?" He said, "Noah Berry." I don't know if you guys know Noah Berry, but
I'm not familiar.
But he, if you see him, you know who he was. He played a lot of westerns, and
okay.
I'll have to look that up because I've watched some westerns.
Don't I know you? He said, "I haven't seen you before." He said, "I'm Noah Berry." And that's all he said. And drove on through. He got his hot dog.
Give him hot dogs, man. Come on, man.
But I like to promote.
Yes.
And I like.
Well, you do a good job.
My hot dog stand out there, Cuz Radio. Buck's Radio at Oildale. That's right. part of Bakersfield. And anyway, I set up. It was hot out there, Really,
I bet.
Oh, Lord.
but I did a promotion on a Saturday to do an ice sitting contest.
Put the boys on some ice.
Oh, really?
I don't know what you going. I don't know where you're going with it. But it's
No, I'm
already-
serious. It was very much fun. But it was the little girls came out in their bikinis. But it was such a crowd. Police had to direct traffic out there.
Really?
Yeah, but we make them sign a thing. We're not responsible for ice burn. But we wouldn't let them sit longer than 5 minutes. They did. But I'd say if you're going to do something, do it different. And that was different.
Yes.
But
Oh man! Now, what year are we talking about?
Oh man, back in
Or close to.
60 something, yeah.
Wow.
I got out of the Marine Corps in 1960, so it was about 68, baby.
Wow.
Man.
So California
That's
back then
cool.
was still the place to
It was
go.
a place to go.
It was the
it's
place to
nothing
go.
like it is now.
And then you hit the 80s and into the 90s, and then it just went downhill, and I won't go back.
No, I don't like California.
No.
Well, I used to have some kinfolk and all that there, but they're gone too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got that
Feel of it.
feel of it.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
But,
Right.
but it was
Especially
fun.
in the '60s. I mean,
Yeah.
that's wear a flower in your hair and go to
Oh.
San Francisco. I mean, that was it was drawing people out there to be that. And then you got the Hollywood feel of it. Everybody's wanting to go out there and be a movie star, or at least try to show off in a film or something like that. It just seemed like that was the big thing back in the '50s and '60s. Probably, I guess it still is.
Bakersfield is where a lot of your hoods are from.
Really?
They come up there and spend some time together in New York. There,
Yeah.
and some pretty bad boys up there. And I knew some of them, matter of fact, and it was
Some Hell's Angels, huh?
No,
None of them. They stayed down there in Oakland.
Yeah, they stayed there, but no, it wasn't there. But it's just a place where the people kind of relax. They get out of the.
Now, see, I went out to California, but it wasn't till late 80s, early 90s. And when I got out there was a lot of retired people that had, wanted to get away from the snow of the north. But they were all raising their grandchildren.
Yeah.
I swear, I think 70% of the children that I went to school with out there were being raised by their grandparents. Where the grandparents had moved out to California.
Right.
And then in the late 70s, early 80s, parents were running around doing their own thing, leaving their kids with their grandparents. I'd a good percentage. I'd say 75%
Wow.
of the kids that I went to school with were raised by their grandparents that went out there for the golden years, but then ended up raising kids, And then these kids, there's nothing to do. They're retirement communities. Mm-hmm. So there's no work, there's no factories out there, there's just retirement homes. And then next thing you know, it became a gang-related
Kind of like Florida.
town,
now.
very, very much like Florida.
Yeah,
But
kind of move on down.
yeah, you were telling me you spent some time out there, so I just wanted to bring that up. That was back in the 60s, early 70s.
I love it.
My wife told me, when we got married,
When was it?
Mention her name. Go ahead.
Betty. Everybody knows Betty.
Okay,
Betty.
Betty. Hey, Betty. Nice to meet you.
Betty.
But I don't know if you guys may be too young for this. Jane Russell. I don't know if you guys have heard Jane
I've
Russell.
heard the name, yes.
We heard Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, oh, gosh, yes.
Played in shows together.
Right.
But I got to be friends with Marilyn, with Jane. And
Yeah.
her husband was John Peoples, he was a football.
Okay,
football
yes.
player.
Okay, I've heard that
But-
name too. Yeah.
But when we got married, I told Betty we'd go by and see Jane, and they thought I was dropping names or something.
Right,
and stuff,
right,
but
right.
And so we went to her house.
Oh, really?
And I think she just got a DUI. I have never seen Jane Russell with any makeup on, unless on the screen is all.
Yeah.
And she was pretty hardcore. I mean, she. I won't go no further than that, but she did take a heartbeat. But we went out there and
I love it. I do too.
and we this couple went with me, and they were about drunk. And Jane, I see all your movies and all this kind of stuff. And can I have a picture? You know, she said.
Right.
Well, yeah. She has the pictures there, and she signed it. I said, Betty, you want one? And I said, hey, Jane, give Betty one. She said, well, tell her to ask for it.
Now, what year did you get married to Betty?
With the Betty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get married 45 years ago, 1973.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it is for her. Congratulations.
Poor gal.
She's been through it, right?
Poor gal. I do want to take it on back now. And I don't know if you want to tell your age or not, but I want to know how you started and what you get. You mentioned
Where you were born
very
at.
briefly the Marine Corps, so I want to start way before that.
Well, let
too.
me tell you something. I went in the Marine Corps. The uniform of the day was fig leaves, and Moby Dick was a sardine.
Yes.
So if that tells you anything,
Yeah, that's the best line ever. Moby Dick was a sardine. I love it.
well, you know, I'm trying to give my age away here.
So where were you born? Where are you from?
Well, I was raised in Mebane, North Carolina. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, we know where Mebbane's
I have a
at.
twin brother, and I'm the baby of 13 children.
Now you are identical twins.
children.
No, he's not as good looking as I am.
I love it.
13 children.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell
my
Katie.
My mom had
Right.
three sets of twins,
He's working on it.
3 sets of twins.
Really?
and I had 2 brothers killed in the Marine Corps, the
Oh,
Second World War.
Well, I appreciate their service. And
Yes, sir.
And that's why I joined the Marine Corps, because they loved it so much. And,
Right.
I don't think my parents wanted me to go in the Marine Corps. But anyway, I took 4 years of it, and I taught them all they needed to know, and then they wouldn't start no wars while I was in there, so they wanted me out.
Now in that 13, where are you at? Midway.
3 sets of twins. I'm sorry.
Well, I went through.
Chad, did you just give us the finger?
He did.
All right,
I
then.
got a finger from a pastor again.
We got a minute, and then we're going to take a break.
Well, let's go ahead and take a break.
You want to take a break now?
We'll take a break now. We'll come back. We'll learn a lot more about the past of Paul Farrar.
My goodness.
I would love
Get
to
to
hear
that.
it.
I mean,
We
if it's
got-
okay with you. I mean, we
Well,
don't.
you know, I got a lot of past.
Yeah.
The-
Sounds
I
like.
hope I got more future.
Well,
Absolutely.
Right, you've lived through a lot of decades, and I mean, this country has changed through the. I mean, from
40
World War
years.
II to now. Holy moly! People need to hear this.
It
They
ain't
need to know.
It ain't nothing like it was back when
Oh,
I
I
was
bet.
born in.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
can
talk
imagine.
about that when we get back.
We will.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back. Boyce Holland Veterinary Services since January 1st, 1982, celebrating 42 years of caring for your furry friends. In 2024, we're overjoyed to mark our 42nd anniversary in the veterinary business, a journey filled with countless wagging tails. We extend our heartfelt thanks to every pet parent who has chosen us over the years. Your loyalty and trust have been the cornerstones of our success. From adorable puppies and kittens to wise seniors, each furry friend has become a cherished part of our extended family. As we celebrate this significant anniversary, we eagerly look forward to many more years of serving our community and being a trusted partner in the health and happiness of your pets. Thank you for 42 positively wonderful years. Here's to many more tail-wagging moments together at Boyce Holland Veterinary Services, Stewart, Virginia. And we're back. Thank you for joining us. If you want to hit that little subscribe button down there below, that would greatly appreciate us. I mean,
If you want to name our cock, our rooster,
if you want to name the chicken,
the chicken.
that would work too. Yeah, yeah.
Paul, you got a name for our chicken?
It looks pigeon-toed.
He does look pigeon-toed.
We've got several names in, but you know, we want a variety to choose from. There's a couple I like, and there's a couple Chad likes, but we want to give them a good name.
I
And
think Peckerhead.
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 Be a goodie for that.
I do like Peckerhead.
I do like
Yeah,
Peckerhead.
I think that's my favorite so far. Old Peckerhead. Yeah,
Yeah.
that for the Be Real podcast, you need a good chicken name.
Well,
And Peckerhead.
if we choose that, you get a $40 certificate for Hugo's over there.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Martin,
$40.
and he'd give me another 40 coming over.
Yeah. He would. He would.
guy.
Please cook for me. Please
And
cook for me.
Mon's good friend.
He is. Mon is a great guy.
But you
We
know,
thoroughly enjoy it.
you guys are this is awesome, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate
I
that.
haven't
Thank you.
been on the podcast in my life, but you guys
Awesome.
are two great hosts.
Appreciate
Well,
that, man. We try. We're just a
Coming,
couple of guys.
coming from you,
that's a blessing.
that's a blessing. That
is.
that comment right there is
I don't-
just
I
It
think
is.
it would come anybody. knows
Honored.
you,
Well,
really,
thank you,
and
man.
That's a fact. But
Thank you.
let me tell you something about Buck Owens. And
Let's go back to Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Buck.
Now, you know, he was married to Bonnie Owens,
Okay.
and Bonnie, they got a divorce,
Mm.
and she was soaking him a lot of alimony.
Oh, no.
And he was very upset. So Merle Haggard came along. He said, "Merle, if you marry Bonnie, I'll make you a star."
Really?
Guess Guess what?
He's just, we know him.
He married Bonnie.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
You know, he became a star.
Yeah, he did.
And Buck
We know
stayed
the
richer. He didn't get as much money.
That alimony just quit all of a sudden.
But a lot
Got
of people,
re-
a lot of folks don't know that. But that is pretty good. I wouldn't. I think it's
That's firsthand knowledge.
It's pretty. But anyway, I thought that was kind of cool.
I love it.
But
Yeah. That's
I got to keep that in the bank.
right. Not everybody knows that. Not everybody
Keep
knows
that in the
that.
bank.
But I do want to back it up. I know you probably. I don't know if you want to tell your age or not. But what year? Was you?
was I born?
Yeah. In Mebane, North Carolina, right?
Mebane, yeah.
Is that where you're from? Is it-
Yeah, I was born on November the 27th. Matter of fact, because I'm a region of Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah, but November 27th. Right?
Right,
But back
right.
then was Thanksgiving, and that's why they have so much to be thankful for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Paul came around.
Because I was born.
Oh,
And
I
that-
love it. what year are we talking about, if you don't mind me asking?
1937.
Really?
I think I said that. I think I said
You
37.
Because
So-
I was the 40s. I was in the 40s.
One of 13.
Yeah.
One of 13.
And me and my twin brothers only left living. We only two left.
And you guys were the youngest to
Yeah,
begin with?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Okay.
He was born 2.5 hours before I was.
Wow.
Matter of fact, that we was in the country back those days, you know,
Yeah.
had midwives and stuff. I guess I don't remember, but they came out and delivered my brother, and the doctor left. He didn't know I was there.
Oh, man. There was no ultrasound back then, so they didn't know.
No. Then another different doctor
boring.
came out and got me. You know,
Really?
and
That's
I thought it was
crazy.
That is crazy.
Kind of weird. Kind of weird.
Wow. So you
But
said
yeah.
1937?
Yeah, I'm 86 years old. But hey,
I cannot
age
believe
is
it.
age is a number.
Right.
It is. It is.
Paul, I
I'm
feel
not-
you could whip my ass still. I'm 87 years old.
You know, age is how you act and how you feel.
is.
And if I want to, I don't know how age is supposed to act. I have no idea. What I know how I feel. And how,
Yeah.
I'm a blessed guy. And I tell everybody,
You get along great.
I'm a very blessed guy.
Yeah, we was thinking I said like 45,
Yeah,
47.
I know. I'm not paying you nothing.
Well,
I did. We was trying to I don't know how old he is. We'll have to ask him, man, if you don't mind telling us. But no,
that's great. One
that's
of,
wild.
of 13.
13. So you're 13. They probably started in 1900 somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, somewhere. You know, I
The
think
top ones.
They had to have 2 each on Noah's Ark.
How
Apparently, y'all was in the business because I had some twins going on.
how much older is your oldest?
Well, my oldest sister passed away about 3 years ago. She was 99.
Wow.
And she was a twin also.
Wow. So like 1919, somewhere around in there.
I can't count back that
Wow.
far. But,
Wow.
you know, we was a good family. And it
Yeah.
was,
And that was in Mebane, North Carolina.
yeah.
I only have 7. Well, I have 1 on the way, so I'll have 8 in 2 months. And I'm only halfway there. I need
You
to.
need
He needs to hurry up.
I need to hurry up.
my dad said if you had a new frame, you had more. I don't know.
That's great. Yeah. We'll go home and tell Katie, hey, we got to hurry up.
Right.
We got to catch up.
So you're born in 37, and how long did you stay in North Carolina? For a while?
Yeah, well, when I got out of school, I joined the Marine Corps.
Right.
And I went to Paris Island. In
Oh, wow.
50,
Oh, yes, the Marines, yes. Yeah, you said
56.
Marines.
I don't know if you guys recall with Paris Island that there were 6 Marines drowned down there in 1956. I was right behind them.
Really?
The drill instructor came in one night drunk, and he got them out of bed and marched them into the swamp. And when I hit a hole in there, went over his head, he grabbed them, or they panicked.
Oh,
And
my gosh.
6 Marines drowned. After that day, Paris Island wasn't quite the same.
Really?
But no, that's.
I'm sure.
Here
6
we're
people at
standing
one
there.
time.
I'm standing by at my bunk, and people get mommies calling.
Oh, yeah.
Want to know they're alive, and
Right.
I was making fun of mama's little baby and all kinds of stuff, you know. And I said, man, I hope my mom don't call me.
Right.
But she did.
Is my baby okay?
But the Marine Corps, it's nothing like it. I mean, it's something I'm proud of. I mean,
Amen.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It has
Yes,
helped
sir.
me through life, the way
Yeah.
I act and feel. I
Right.
take pride in myself and how I look and everything else. And I really liked the 4 years I had in the Marine Corps. I wouldn't do it again, but I think I'm blessed for it.
Yes.
And I think any young person would like to see them go into service about 2 years.
I think it should be mandatory.
It would be a different world here.
It would.
But I don't know
Totally
what things
different
are
world.
now. I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're working
I
or not,
don't-
Right.
You know?
It never would have got to this world if they had mandatory, years ago. I don't think it would be where it is now.
I know recruiting is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just people aren't signing up like they
Every
used to.
division.
They're not taking care of our military no more, you know.
Right.
Look at Afghanistan. They let them
Right.
do this. I mean, it's just things. that
Well, it
crazy.
goes to Afghanistan back in Desert Storm and all that stuff, but it goes to today. It appears that we're taking care of illegal immigrants more than people that have served or veterans or and it's just,
they think people don't realize that, but I'm sure millions of people realize that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
right.
And one with the military, we wouldn't be here today. But I'll
Right.
tell you,
Amen.
them guys
Amen.
they did a heck of a job.
Red, white, and blue.
Well,
keeping us-
the service that you did, the service that your brothers took part in,
Yes.
is still honored at this table and
Yes,
will
sir.
always be honored at this table.
sir.
There is nothing more.
Well, let me tell you
Honorable
something. My
to me than
twin
that.
brother was in the Navy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he went in before I
You
did.
pick on him then?
No.
Old Marine, old jarhead, pick on the Navy guy, did you?
But he went in before I did, and I got after Paris Island. They sent me to Camp Pendleton, California, and he was stationed in San Diego on a ship.
Right.
So we pulled liberty. I left there, go down and meet him, and pulled liberty. And I even spent the night on a ship
Hey.
in civilian clothes, and that was a no-no. The Navy guys cannot have civilian clothes. They have to have a locker downtown. When they get off the ship, they go down there and change clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't do and I got caught.
Oh,
Lord.
gotcha, huh?
Oh, that guy chewed me out pretty big time.
Well, I joke around the Navy, but a lot of the Hudsons, who I am, a lot of the Hudsons were in the Navy. My uncle Clifford was in the Navy. His sons were in the Navy. We joke around about the Navy, but all forces
Yeah.
are honored.
They joke
That
around
is-
about
Oh
it.
yeah, they did. It's
Yeah.
not. I know the Marine Corps is the best.
Yeah.
I know that. But,
Right.
but we like the other ones too.
We can stand the other ones.
We always say pitter patter little feet, 7th Cavalry in retreat.
Hey, hey. I love
But
it.
I just,
I love it.
But it takes all, and it ain't no one man show here. And on anything that goes, it's not anything I do. It's not a one man show. It's a
Right.
teamwork.
It's a team.
Well, that's what we have here at the show.
You
we
guys
got
are a
that.
good team. You really are. You guys work good together.
I'm
And
grateful.
you only embarrassed me 3 times so far.
We're gonna go again. We got
got
about
some
10
more.
more
We got
minutes.
some
We
more.
got to
We
dig
got
some
some
more. So Paul, you come from a family of 13. How many children do you have?
One.
One.
Really?
You're the one.
Wow.
One and one grandchild. And,
Oh.
I have a great son. He's
Yeah.
he's teaching down at the college in Danville.
Okay,
Community
yeah,
College.
yeah.
And my grandson, he's up in Patrick County High
Yeah.
School.
So you get to
Oh.
concentrate. You get to concentrate the love
Yeah.
into one and one.
It is.
I love
Yeah,
that. That's great.
you know, really.
is great.
So that's how many I have, but you know, that's all I need, really.
Right.
And if I couldn't stand no more grandkids,
Yeah.
I couldn't afford them.
You'd be broke. You'd be broke. My mother would tell you that. You know, she really appreciates my kids that I've had
She
throughout the
does.
time. I mean,
Right.
she's all about her grandkids. But I'm sure it puts a financial burden on her come Christmas time or something. She's got to dish it all out. But
It is what it is.
Yeah,
she
that's
loves 'em
great.
for real.
Well, one thing I am very proud of, you know, I'm a Christian. And
Amen.
I'm blessed. I go to Stone Memorial Christian Church, and I'm a deacon at Stone Memorial
Oh,
Christian
nice.
Church.
Yeah.
I'm proud of what I do and how, you know, I don't know. I've just been blessed. God has been so
Right.
good to me, man. And
Right.
I can joke and a lot of things. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
You know, life has
That's
been,
what we do.
I've had a life, and it's been a lot more different than most people's. I think.
Yeah.
But it's got
Majorly.
Me, it's got me this far.
I love to hear
So
about
here,
it.
I'm on you.
well, some
I'm on a podcast show here. Must be mean something.
Yes, in 2024 here. But a lot of people, you know, they think that when you hear somebody say, "I've been blessed," that you haven't had hard times.
Oh man,
You've had hard times,
sure I've had hard times. You know,
That's
but
what
you
makes you
still,
blessed.
but you can still sit there and say you've been blessed.
I got
That's what makes you
my
blessed.
back is very. I got a problem with my back, and I went to the doctor, and he told me, he said, "Paul, what's wrong with your back? Is you've been bending over backwards, helping too many folks. Straighten up."
Yeah, I like that.
I believe
Got
it.
back
I
issues
believe
too.
it. So you went all, was it Camp Pendleton you said in
Yeah.
California?
Yeah.
Is that how you ended up in California, or did you?
No, I when I was out there, I liked California.
You
I
liked
was discharged at Quantico, Virginia.
Okay.
But after I got out,
You wanted to go back?
I went out. My twin brother was out there.
Okay.
And,
In San Diego in the Navy. Yeah.
And I went in and I went to work for General Motors.
Really?
God,
Really?
what an awful job. Let me tell you
What
they-
was you doing? You was bolting something
You know,
in,
no. All I do is the spot welding for
Oh, boy.
around the headlight. There, spot welding. But
Oh,
then,
wow.
And then they put me on this detail. You're in a pit, and the cars are going over, and you
Oh.
spray them with undercoating.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't tell me I should put Vaseline on my face and stuff. Oh, I ain't kidding you, man. That come out there looking like undercoat. They was all.
Great.
So what were you undercoating? 60s vehicles?
And no, it was 50s.
50s? Oh, yeah.
It was 1960.
Okay.
It was Buick Cadillac.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good looking car.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Right.
I wish I had one of those.
Sure.
you know,
Right. All those I sprayed. I wish I.
Well, you could work on cars back then. You know, if you knew what you were kind of doing, if you could use a wrench or something, you could work on your vehicle and keep it running
Easily.
for 10 years. Now you open up a hood and
There's no engine.
No.
Like,
you know
wow.
there's plastic. Well, I don't know what's going on, but
I never opened my hood.
yeah, just bring it to the dealer. You fix
yeah,
it.
You do this, you know. And if it wasn't that GPS, I wouldn't be anywhere. You know, now,
That's right.
I'd be
That's
lost everywhere I went. You know.
That's right.
But I say, folks, if you want to be blessed, think back where you are, where you've been, and where you are now. It's a lot different even where you
Yes.
guys.
And just be grateful.
Grateful,
That's
yeah.
what
And
Just be
work.
grateful.
And
Work.
You're spraying undercarriages.
Right.
Yeah,
Next thing you know, you're talking to Buck Owens.
try
And you know his wife really good.
If we're talking about going, I don't know where it'd be, man.
So now, where did cooking with Paul come
Right.
from? Where
Now,
did this come from?
I retired from the Department of Corrections, Virginia.
Wow. So, I mean,
It's
man,
the worst
you
job
got
I've
a
had.
list.
Worst job I've had in my
But
life.
still, you got a list of stuff.
Well, let me tell you what. When I retired, I've been in food service. I started cooking in the Marine Corps.
Real? Okay.
And I helped prepare food for 2 presidents.
Really? Name those two, please.
You
if
wouldn't
will.
know them.
It was probably good. It was probably Democrats.
Andrew Jackson, and no, I'm just.
I got one of them right here.
Lincoln was about to get Now, Eisenhower was the president.
Yes.
But
man.
But
One
Nixon,
of the best.
Nixon was the vice president.
Okay, yeah.
And every year, all the dignitaries from Washington, D.C. come to Quantico and let the hair down. They just had party. I mean, that's what they do. And
have a good time.
They have a good time. But they had me up at the officers club preparing dinner, lunches, and breakfast and everything for these guys. And it was a buffet. And then Eisenhower and Nixon came through.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
And they said hi. You know, it was like, but I don't think many people can say that. You know?
Yeah, no. That's why I want to know. That's why I want to know. I love it. Right.
But anyway, when I retired, I was bored. I didn't have nothing to do. I read this article where it says these people up in New Jersey, men, were losing their spouses, and their health was deteriorating because they didn't know how to cook.
Right.
And I said, well, my goodness, I could probably teach some of these people around here how to fix breakfast or something. So I go to the college and going to set up a program maybe over there. And when I walked in and told this lady what I wanted, she said, you're a godsend. She said, we want to start a
culinary
program. And would you help with that?
Wow.
So they hired me, and I set the culinary program up over there.
Right.
And
neat.
I thought that was...
Amen.
But you know, I got that. They got it going, and I was doing his cooking show and stuff, and I turned it over to another chef in there, and he did good. I don't think it's happening now. They faded out or something.
Right.
But you know, it just. I believe if you help somebody, do it.
Yes.
And if I can help somebody,
but
anyway.
if you're doing it, you love to do it.
Well,
so that you like to do it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
If you
it just
like
wasn't
it,
something you had to do in the Marines. It was something you carried on
if you
way
love,
past that. Yeah, if you love something you're
doing,
doing,
you're not working.
you never work another day in your
You
life.
got a job. You know,
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
But
Right.
as I say, we don't have enough time on air to air out all of my problems.
But it has been, I mean, eye-opening for me. I love talking to people about their lives. And
Yeah, me too.
When you talk to somebody in their 70s or up into their 80s, they have more to talk about.
No
Right.
kidding.
They have some.
I wonder why.
Some experiments and some life. And
That's a life.
man, I am.
And we're just on like the little tip of
A
the
little
iceberg.
tip of everything that you've done
Right.
throughout your life.
Right.
And
Well, you guys got a life ahead of you. I mean, and
Hopefully.
and live it. I mean, live life, enjoy
I'm
life.
thankful.
And, my dad told him, he said, "Son, life is short." I said, "Oh no, it's not."
Right.
I didn't believe it.
Right.
Now I believe it. You know,
Yeah, it goes by quick.
I know my days are numbered and all this stuff, but I'm gonna live this like I do every
Amen.
day. I mean, I enjoy what I
Amen.
do, and then hey, talking to you guys, I've enjoyed that very much. It's
Well, I do
appreciate
appreciate
you,
you
man.
coming out here.
A
This
whole
has been
lot,
great.
Paul. I mean, great.
We got to do
Greatly
this
appreciate
again. Maybe we could do a cooking show. Maybe
So-
we could show me how to
yes.
cook something.
Yes.
Jody Miller. You ever heard Jody Miller?
Yeah.
She was at the Star Theater up there when I was there.
Right,
And
Stewart.
she came down to my house, did a cooking show with me.
Really?
Good old
Oh,
show.
we got to do that.
Rhonda Vincent. I did 2 shows with Rhonda.
Man.
We got to
I
find a
would love
kitchen
it.
though, because I asked if
Chad's
we
got
could
a
use
microwave.
Chad's got a microwave, no stove, no nothing. But maybe we could get some. I got a kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get together and cook
I
up
got
something.
an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
Let's do
A
that.
month?
We
this
ought to do
summer.
that.
Gosh, let's do it.
Can we
if you
do that
want
this
to-
summer?
Can you do a podcast out there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
We
do it.
can. We
Yeah,
could
we
bring.
film it.
We could bring
Oh,
Chad.
well, he came to my house all the time. We did a lot of shows up
Right.
there.
As long as you give Chad something to eat, he'll come.
We have done a podcast from a airplane, so we can
Yes.
definitely do it in a backyard grill.
Right.
And I would thoroughly enjoy it
We should
because
set
after
that
the
up.
show, I'm chewing down. I'm chowing. I love
Well,
to eat.
no,
As you can tell, I love to eat.
Maybe you could just show us some basic meals.
Yeah,
you know,
some
'cause,
basic. If
you know,
want
we
to.
take for granted how to cook something. You know, my mother's always helped me, and I've watched my grandparents, and I've taken But some people don't have that, and some people just need to know how to cook a little simple dish or
Oh my gosh, they're born and bred right now, and even our generation.
Pop
is
it in the
fast,
microwave.
Fast.
I
Instead of
did. I
taking
did
the
a.
time.
I did a few shows at Primland.
yeah.
There's some of the good chefs up there that they have. They have this one place up there called the Corral or something down there. But the chef down there, the residents or the visitors coming in there, whatever, they go out and hunt and kill their prey, and they bring it there, and
And he fixes
Oh,
it.
really?
yeah, right there. And then
Wow.
cook it for them. And,
Huh.
I thought that was pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
Well, we'll kill some stuff and bring it
Yeah.
to you.
I
See what we come up with.
No, I got some friends. We go trout fishing every year. I'm not a fisherman. They like to fish, and I help them, and they go trout fishing. And then we come back, we have a fish fry, and that is some of the best fish I've ever ate in my life.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a whole different taste when it's that day.
Well, I got a deep fat fryer, a nice one up there,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we had fish fries and all.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, it's I don't know if you heard of the tilapia place here in town that grows tilapia.
Yeah.
I did a show in there, and it starts with eggs. Huh? It's like whatever. or
They're all
caviar-
homegrown,
caviar,
right.
yeah.
Caviar
And
type of eggs, right?
Yeah, and they multiply. They everywhere you go, they get bigger, bigger, and bigger. You know.
Yeah.
And then you get these big vats. I mean, huge vats, and they're flapping fish all over the place. And that was interesting, you know. But after
It
that,
is.
I got 3 chefs to come up to my house, and do a different recipe on 3 different tilapias.
Really?
And that was and had a lot of the
Well,
people up
we
there.
got to come
From
out.
what I've heard, there's no wild tilapia. It's
No,
it's
no.
all
Yeah.
farm raised, I guess.
is.
Tilapia is farm raised.
They ship them all up north, alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you guys cut out of here.
Oh
and,
no, we got a little bit more time.
How much
there.
time we got, Chad?
I
We're
don't know.
running out of time.
We're good.
5 minutes.
5 minutes there.
Yeah.
Tell us a
got
little bit
time.
about your show. Your show's still going.
Yeah. Well, you
It
know,
airs.
It airs every Tuesday. Now
Tuesday.
I
Right here on BTW 21.
Right. Yeah. We tape it on Tuesday morning at 11, and it tapes live.
And it's more of a talk show.
It is. I have a lot of folks on there that has good things happening in our community, and I like the folks to know about it.
Right,
Because I say
right.
if I don't know, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
And I know a lot.
Yeah, you
And
do.
That's
Yeah.
why I say, you know.
And it's
but-
called Cooking with Paul. You
Yeah.
can find it on BTW 21.
No, it's Paul Farrar Live.
Paul Farrar
It's-
Live. Okay.
Almost dead.
We got to. No, we got to do it. We got to do a cooking with Paul. We're gonna do we're gonna set it up somehow. I'll buy a stove. I don't care.
We're going to rename our podcast. It's going to be Real, Almost Dead. Please be on the show. Please be on the show.
We're trying.
We're trying. Damn, hurry up. We ain't got long.
And,
But we do
anyway,
thank you a whole lot. I've known you for,
yeah,
several,
We both have
a
we
decade
both
or
have.
two here now,
Absolutely.
and great friends with Locke, and you've had
Well,
the show on for a long time, 19 years, I guess you'd said. And,
Well,
I
I've seen
believe
Chad
it.
that when I come up there. I've seen you a few times.
Yes, sir.
I'm up
That's
there
the man
too,
with the plan right there.
And I'm gonna be back to see you because I got a little dog. I need to bring up that you
Bring it,
guys.
Bring it up. That's what we do.
What, you got a Chihuahua?
No, it's my grandson's dog.
Oh,
I don't,
grandson got one.
I don't know what it is.
It's got 4 legs.
They don't have no tail. They get a little bit bigger. I know that.
It's got 4 legs.
Yeah.
You bring
We're
them up.
good.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll take care of them for you.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
But
We love you,
anyway,
Paul.
But guys, hey, if we do this again, give me a
Let's
heads
do it
up,
again.
and we'll.
Let's do it again. We'll try to get some cooking. I want to see what you're going to cook. Paul, thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
very
looking forward
much.
to that outdoor.
Absolutely.
It's a lot we can do.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more we can do. Thank you so much for coming out here, man. I just can't thank you enough.
And thanks for
Yeah.
your name.
What'd you say, Peckerhead?
Peckerhead.
Peckerhead.
We'll see if that's it.
That's my favorite so far.
Well,
I mean,
y'all
I
be
ain't gonna
real.
lie.
Come on back and see us.
Come on back.
And that's it.
Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW 21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.